In this recording in our series of profile operations, we'll be going into our technology page. Our technology page is what controls the offsets, the side of the geometry that we want to work on, whether we work on compensation or not, whether we want to use clear offset, and we'll go through all of these now. First thing, let's take a look at the modify. You'll note that it says left. By default, it works on the left side of the geometry. And if I click on this button, geometry, we can see, and we can see this also well in our top view, that the tool is on the left side of the geometry. Geometry going in a specific direction as explained before. If I were to change this, I can change this over here to right. You can see that it changes the side that is going to be working on. Change it again to center. You'll see that it works on the center. Okay, I'm going to put it back on the left. And there's another option I want to look on right now where it says modify offset. Modify offset means as follows. This may be the actual geometry that you're working on, but it may say on the blueprint, leave 0.1 millimeter or some value for coating of the part. So you may want to take this down, say, by an offset of 0.1 millimeter. If I do 0.1, you can see, and as I zoom in, that geometry moved out 0.1 millimeters. If I write down here minus 0.1, you'll see that it moves inner, making it smaller. So you can control that over here by the modify offset. There are other options over here, but I'm not going to go into them now. We'll go into them into more detail when we discuss in detail all the profile options. I'm just going to put this back at 0. Click on OK. And now let's continue. We have the option of doing a compensation on the finish passes or without. Click it and it'll put it on. For now, I'm just going to leave it off. Depth type, we have 3 different depth types. We're constant, defined, and helical. I'm going to leave it right now at constant. Depth of cut type, whether I want to do it one way or 2 ways, where it goes in one direction and then it works its way back, it goes in the other direction. I prefer doing it one way. This is something I'm not going to be doing now, the rest material. And now let's go over to the offsets for the rough. If I click on rough, it opens up the field for wall and floor offsets. Since I'll be doing first a rough cut, I'm going to leave it at 0.3 millimeters. And my floor offset, I'll give it a 0.15 millimeter on that floor, since we are doing a floor over here. Now, the step down for the rough cuts is 6 millimeters. If I take a look at the actual part, you can see that if I click on this surface and then on this surface, we can see the total distance is 17.5. That means if I go down every 6 millimeters, the first one will be 6, the second one will be 12, and the last one will be not 18, but 17.5. So it'll be a little bit less than 6. I can leave it like that if I want. There's also an option to do equal step down, where it will take those steps and break it up actually equally. When I do that, it doesn't say step down anymore, but it says maximum step down. We can also do a finish cut in this operation, or I can leave it for later on and do it with a different tool. Right now, I'm just going to leave it here for finish. And if we finish, we have the number of passes. How many passes do I want to go around in the part? And this is good when you have a long tool, has a small diameter. So this deals with spring passes to allow the tool to make sure that the surface that you're cutting is nice, smooth, and straight. Extension overlap, that if you want to have a little bit of an extension between the beginning and start, just to make sure there are no marks over there. I'm just going to leave it exactly the way it is. And over here also, we have maximum step down. Now, I want to do this with one complete step down. If I know I'm doing it in one complete step down, instead of writing in the value between here and here of 17.5 millimeters, if I leave it at 0, it'll automatically go one step down all the way to the bottom. External corner strategy, rounded. That means that the tool pass itself, if I take a look at the top, the tool pass itself will be a rounded tool pass. The corner will stay sharp, but the actual tool pass, as it transitions from one direction to another, will be rounded. There are other strategies as well, sharp or loop. I'm going to leave it at rounded, and if you use compensation for the finish pass, it can only be rounded. Now, in our next recording, we will talk about the links that have to do with the profile operation.